Lower taxes, outdoor recreation, community. See why North Idaho checked all the boxes for retirees 50 and older. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about North Idaho and retirement and the lifestyle and see if that's maybe, if it has the lifestyle that you're looking for your retirement. So if you're planning your golden years, let's explore why North Idaho should be on your retirement radar. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, go ahead and please subscribe below. Tap the bell so you can be notified every time we talk about anything going on here in the North Idaho area. I'm Reed Wilson with Revealing North Idaho, longtime resident and realtor here in the Idaho area, North Idaho. And me and my team, we come at you every week with new information. And hopefully this will be of some help for those of you that are getting to that point and starting to think a little bit about retirement and what that's going to look like. Thought we'd talk about retirement here in the North Idaho area. When we talk retirement, a lot of people want to make sure that there are certain things that are going to be on their radar, and one is going to be healthcare accessibility. Now, for some of you, that might be down the road still a little ways, but at some point, we all have to start thinking that. I'm getting a little bit closer to that area of myself, and so those are things that you need to think about as you're looking into retirement. What kind of healthcare is available? Is it what I need? And is it going to take care of the things that may be coming up? Well, let's talk a little bit about what's in the North Idaho area. There are multiple medical facilities. Our big ones are Kootenai Health. We've got Northwest Specialty Hospital. We have Northern Idaho Advanced Care. And there's many others. There's in some of the smaller towns, there's healthcare facilities. You know, Plummer and Sandpoint and Bonner's Ferry and et cetera, et cetera. So everywhere, a lot of different places. Now, they don't all offer specialty services, but certainly these bigger ones do. And then you get into areas, you know, especially in the Coeur d'Alene, Hayden, Post Falls areas where we're seeing a lot of medical specialty facilities that are popping up. And so there is becoming more and more available right here. And let's face it, we're really not that far. And our proximity to Spokane is only 20, 30 minutes, depending on from the Coeur d'Alene area, getting over into that Spokane Valley or into Spokane itself, where the medical facilities are. So depending on what kind of insurance you have would probably kind of depend on maybe where you would go and what would be available to you. So, you know, we always suggest take a look at what kind of insurance you have and is it covered here in this area. But we have a lot of great facilities up here are available if there's certain needs out there. Also, senior healthcare services. We have a lot of senior healthcare services, specialized senior care programs such as, you know, assisted living, memory care, in-home care, home health services, you know, that cover everything from personal care, homemaking, you know, medication management, rehab facilities, skilled nursing. So if you're looking for something particular, most likely we will have it here and have the ability to help you out with it. You know, the other big thing that we look at is we're retiring, because a lot of times we go from having money coming in to only having money going out. And so as we retire, kind of tend to end up on more of a fixed income and with things flowing one way. So we want to look at the cost of living. And so some of the financial advantages to the North Idaho area is we do have medium home prices here in North Idaho of about $535,000. Now, depending on where you're going to be at, because some of these smaller towns are dragging that down, and then you get some of these more expensive towns like Coeur d'Alene, which is going to be more in that 560, 570, Sandpoint, which is up to a $700,000 right now, median price. Rathdrum and Hayden both are in that mid to higher $500,000. Post Falls is typically one of the lower ones. Land's a little more inexpensive. They're in the Post Falls area, so we will drop down into that lower $500,000 range. but we can get down lower than that. You know, if you go into some areas like the Bonners Ferry, Plummer, the Silver Valley, you know, with Kellogg and some of that, or Priest River area. So there are some of these areas that do offer some other options that might be a little more affordable for what you're looking for, but certainly sky's the limit in any of these. You know, Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint offers, you know, homes and condos up in the multi-million-dollar ranges, lake homes. If you're looking for a lot of acreage and privacy, there's just a little bit of everything. So there are some big benefits and disadvantages. Now, compared to a lot of other places in Idaho, our cost of living is going to be much higher. We are a resort area and a destination place, and so that does tend to drive our prices. We've got things like mountains and lakes, and the closer you get to water, the more expensive things get. So we do have some of those things, but based on what we're seeing, say in California, with their median home price right now is about $829,000 based on what I just saw with California Real Estate Commission. Western Washington is getting close to that. So if you're in those types of areas, there is a potential savings of that 30 to 40% coming this direction. If you're coming from a place that's maybe a lot more affordable, you know, it may feel pretty expensive here in this area. So we even do get some people that want to go over into the Washington area. Homes are less expensive, although we do tend to have higher taxes over there. The homes typically run less money. And so my team and I, we're also licensed, not only just in Idaho, but in Washington. We work both areas, so we're very familiar with the market that's going on there. So if you have questions comparing one to the other, give us a call, shoot us a text. In fact, don't forget to download our relocation guide. You can click on the link below this video, right after the video, and download that relocation guide, and it'll give you a lot of information about this North Idaho area. So let's keep moving on some of these tax benefits. Let's talk about some of the tax benefits. No state income tax on Social Security here. There are some different benefits for retirees. I'm not going to go into a lot of that because I'm not an accountant, but just know that if you need help, wanting to talk to a CPA or an accountant, I can help you out with some information there to get you lined up. I know that every now and then I do get people that look at, should I go to Washington or should I come into Idaho? And when they start comparing because Washington does not have a state income tax, although some of their other taxes, property tax, some of those things are higher. There is no state income tax. So if you are looking at retiring, maybe look at your individual situation, see if one area is more affordable than another. And like I said, we'd be happy to help you out with that. But also lower property taxes. We also have what we call homeowners exemption. And then depending on your home, if you have a certain amount of timber, you can get a timber exemption on top of that, or an ag exemption, or, maybe you're of a certain elderly age and you meet some income standards, and so you can get some discounts that way. So just know that there is some retirement friendly tax options here that make a difference for what you're trying to do. And I will tell you though, in some of these areas like the Sandpoint, Coeur d'Alene areas, and maybe even Hayden to some extent, where we've seen the prices really start to go up, we see the property taxes are also following some of those areas. So, be sure and reach out. I'd be happy to talk to you about maybe what areas are a little more tax friendly and where we're not seeing as high as the higher property tax growth in some of these areas. So be happy to talk to you about that type of stuff. Thinking about relocating to the North Idaho area? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research. And I've linked it down below. From top employers, the best hospitals, and a whole lot more information of things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is this guide is 100% free. That's right, it's 100% free. Just click the link in the description below or the top pinned comment. Hope this helped. Let's talk a little bit about, the retirement communities and be sure and watch our video on a lot of these retirement communities. There are a lot of retirement communities in this area, depending on what you're looking for. Some have community centers and offer, the swimming and gyms and pickleball and all these whatever you might be looking for, probably have it up here. There are other communities that just offer more of a gated community and with people around your own demographics, so that, age, and if you're not wanting to be in the communities with a lot of little kids. I love kids. I think we all do, but not everybody wants to live next door, be watching for them, as they're driving down the road, but others do. And so we have all those communities. There are lots of active 55 and older communities and 40 and older communities here in the area that do offer a lot of these types of things. But Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, Hayden, Rathdrum, even going north, there are these. And so just let me know. I can help you out with, whatever you might be looking for. If you want to be close to the golf course or close to certain community events or those types of things, or something that maybe offers a little more social interaction, because there are those. We do have community centers such as the Croc Center that offers a lot of social interaction for the seniors. They have health programs for the seniors. They have swimming and the workouts and a little bit of everything over there. And with these senior activities allows seniors to get together and not only work out, but do some of these projects and group activities together and get to know more people. There's a lot of church groups that offer get-togethers and community type get-togethers where you can meet more people of your own faith. And if there's a certain faith that you're looking for, I can help guide you to that also. A lot of senior activities with pickleball groups. There's golfing groups. There's hiking groups. All types of groups, whatever you might be looking for. And then also maybe you're wanting to be a little more involved in other ways. And so there are a lot of volunteer opportunities here in this area if that's something more your style of what maybe you're looking for. Let's talk a little bit about lifestyle and recreation. Everything up till now sounded a little serious with, finances and health centers and that type of thing. But let's talk about some of the lifestyle and recreation here. There are so much to do here in this area. We have hiking and biking. You've got Farragut State Park that's real close. We've got walking paths all over Farragut Park, biking paths. You can go out and ride horses. There are miles and miles of trails if you like to just ride side-by-sides, ATVs. If you want to ride bikes, there are bike paths all through Coeur d'Alene. There's the Centennial Trail that goes all the way over to Spokane and comes through Coeur d'Alene and about 6 miles along the lake to the other side. We also have Trail of the Coeur d'Alenes that starts in Plummer and goes 72 miles. You go right over the lake on a bridge up through Harrison, and then you follow the river for 72 miles on up to into the Silver Valley. We have things like the Hiawatha. There is skiing, golf, pickleball, cross-country skiing, fishing, hunting, lots of activities. We've got Lake Coeur d'Alene, Twin Lake, Spirit Lake, Pend Oreille Lake, Coquilala Lake, and on and on and on. We've got so much activity that if your lifestyle is such that you love being in the outdoors, you will find all of that and more right here in this North Idaho area. So know that there are lots of activities. There's a lot of low impact fitness opportunities, culture events, farmers markets. We have Coeur d'Alene. We have the boat regatta. They've got Alive After 5 on Wednesdays where you can go down and listen to the bands and walk around and eat great food. There's so much going on here all the time. So just if you're thinking about coming to North Idaho as a place to maybe retire, but you don't feel like you have enough information, give me a call, shoot me a text. Me and my team, we're never too busy for you. We would love to help answer any of your questions, because North Idaho isn't just a retirement destination, it's a lifestyle upgrade. Are you ready to redefine your golden years? Please download our relocation guide and let us know how we can help make your move to North Idaho a smooth transition.